Yeah, a lot of graffiti writers out here too. Grant, just find a park in there.
Yeah, I remember this spot.
The heavy duty spot, yep. This is like a little Knickerbocker.
Yeah, that's what it is.
This is like a Knickerbocker over here.
Too bad I can't see somebody I know.
And now you recording?
Mm-hmm.
Now this is all mixed. But back in the 80s, this was all Puerto Rican. All Puerto Rican. But then you can't, once you cross over there, all Italian. And that was the borderline. From here to Ozone Park. I mean to Woodhaven.
So there used to be fights, right?
Yeah, of course. That's why everybody used to go to Lane. Lane, once we go up to Lane, it's the biggest zone school in New York City. This is City Line. This is part of East New York. This is like the edge of East New York before it turns into Woodhaven, Queens. We're on Grant Avenue. You got a subway down here, the A line and the C line. Back in the days out here, this turf, you had Rock City Crew, you had Grant Crew, and Rock was Scorpion Rockers. And they all like knew each other and were like down with each other. You had brothers, writers like Riz One. He can tell you more on that because this is where he was from. You got a lot of writers up here, a little bit more up here. You have CS1 from TFK, the president TFK. And but this out here, the City Line, they used to close this down sometimes for block parties, and we used to have serious battles here. But I'm talking about the 80s, B-boy era, and she used to get live over here. She used to get live over here back in the days, man. But back in the days, like this whole area was mostly Puerto Ricans. And then when you went a few blocks more down, as soon as the borderline past Elditz, it becomes Woodhaven, Queens. And that's when they have the Italians. And so you had a lot of fucking fights about that shit too. So this was a live neighborhood back here, back in the days. Word. Word. Peace out. You see Elders Lane? The street name? Elders Lane? That's the borderline. See that Elders Lane? That's the borderline of Brooklyn and Queens right here. Right here, this is the borderline of Brooklyn and Queens right here. Elders Lane. If you go up Elders Lane, you're gonna get to Franklin K Lane, which is the high school, and it's on Elders Lane.
Yeah, more stuff on there.
That's the A line. That's the A train right there. That's the A train, and it's going into the tunnel. Right here is where it's come out the tunnel.
Right, which one?
Yeah, make a left.
Left? You go left?
Over there, there's projects over there. Under those projects was the yard, the A yard. It was the A yard over here. That was you know, niggas hit up the yards over here. And also you had the Grant. I don't remember you see in Style Wars.
Yeah.
Style Wars where they going down where Is the Wiz and certain riders, they going down in the street, they open the thing up and they go down.
Yeah.
That's over here, that's Grant.
They used to have a place not on this side where they used to have like a wrestling.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, amateur wrestling. Well, wrestling school was a school.
Yeah, the school, they teach how to wrestle.
Yeah.
One of my guys from Mastermind.
This is the wall right here. Poem always hits this wall up. See, there's always a burner here. See? That, right?
He always has a new piece.
Always. He always has a new piece here. There's Poem right there in the bottom. That's his burner. Two other guys.
He's dope, man.
Oh, Poem is dope. Look at that. Look at that. Look. Shadow, Chris, and Poem. Now this is Lane, the biggest high school in New York. The biggest fucking high school in New York, bro. Now, look at the size of these handball courts. They go all the way behind the cemetery. Everybody's known for hanging out those handball courts behind here. And at one time in the early 90s, mad riders came and they did the whole handball courts. Now, you really can't you have to see it to believe what I'm talking about. And that's a major job, because the handball courts go through the whole back of that school, all the way back, all the way around, and then all the way down the side. And I'm talking about burner after burner, not no weak shit. Burner after burner. Yeah, it was. This school got a lot of history with riders.
When those kids died, they drew their face on there.
Yeah,
They did.
Yep. This is legendary high school right here, man. And Grand Avenue.
Here, you know what I'm saying?
Real quick, you got another landmark right here in East New York. It's called Highland Park. The Highland Park starts all the way over here, and it goes all the way up past the park to Highland Place, and it extends, and there's another upper park up there, which is more towards Bushwick. It's actually really close to Bushwick, where the Bushwick begins. But over here, even though it's all Highland Park, we used to call this Lowland. Everybody calls this Lowland down here. And they used to throw jams back here, back in the days, and we used to dance out here. Either this area over here, which looked different back then, of course, and this area over here, wherever the DJ set up, that's where the cats were at, and we would battle, rock and breaking back here. Old school memories, bro. Handball courts up there, chilling up there, you know, cats doing their thing, getting high, riding graph, kids playing, but you know, we used to get down up here, bro. This park got a lot of memories for a lot of people, bro. Word up. We're still in East New York. This is where the J line comes from Fulton and gets onto Jamaica. That's where you had the layups back in the days. The layups between the stations, between Crescent Street and Cypress Station. Now, right here, across the street, which is now Junior's supermarket, this used to be the Showboat. Now, old school motherfuckers from East New York know what the Showboat is. The Showboat was a catering hall, legendary catering hall. But they used to throw the baddest party. I mean, I've been to countless Sweet 16s there, weddings, all kinds of parties there. But they used to also throw contests there that Ralph can expound on.
Matter of fact, when you see how it is, like deep in, when you came, it looked like a show. It looked like a boat.
Yeah, like the
It looked like the 30s.
Yeah, the Showboat with the big paddle.
With the big paddle and everything. And you could go in.
Had the stacks like that. Yeah.
And we had rock contests there. We had Hector Lavoe. We had all the Spanish people perform there. You know, you rent it out. You do whatever you want. You know. But this right here, I remember.
That's a legendary
I think
spot.
even Little Dave won a contest here because I came one day and he won. You know. But I remember Danny Boy won a contest here. Carlos won a contest here.
J-Line.
We used to come here and rock, and then by the time we burned guys, we had to run up the hill, get to Bushwick, because once you go up the hill, you're on Bushwick side. This is like the borderline right here. You know what I'm saying? This is the old landmark right here. That was the old landmark.
What year was that?
60s, 70s, 80s. It's been there for years.
It's been there.
This thing right here got built like maybe by the 2000s. They took it down. But this was there years ago, years. I mean,
early 2000s, I think that's when they took it down. Because they were still throwing, in the early 90s, they still had jams here, like hip hop jams. Wu-Tang was gonna perform here when they first came out. But then opening up for them, they had a crew from Sunset Park called Roughneck Soldiers. And Roughneck Soldiers were getting booed, they were getting dissed, and they started a fight. And it turned into a big shootout, and it was crazy. The Showboat. But after that, they threw a few more jams here, and I'm talking about the 90s, like early to mid 90s, but then after that, they got closed down, and then they became a supermarket.
The Western Beef.